All right, what's happening, everyone? It's your guide here. Hope you're doing great. In this video, I'm going to help you get up and running with HTML. So kick back, get comfortable, and enjoy the lesson. And hey, if you find this helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you can hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Every like is a huge boost for the YouTube algorithm. Let me tell you why you should be learning HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it's the absolute fundamental building block of the web. It's what lets you add, change, and structure all the content you see on a website. Knowing is essential for web developers. It's a mandatory skill if you want a career in that field. But it's also incredibly useful for software developers, people in marketing and sales who might need to edit a company blog post, or business owners who want to build their own site. And for freelancers, people will pay good money for a well-built website. Honestly, you might as well add HTML to your resume. It can only help. And the best part is, learning HTML is super easy. This entire course is only about an hour long. Anyone can learn it. And yes, that includes you, whoever is watching this right now. Give it a try. What have you got to lose? Building a website is a lot like building a house. First, you need a solid frame and a skeletal structure. That's where HTML comes in. It's the core structure of the web. After that, we can bring in CSS, which stands for Cascading Style Sheets. With CSS, we can add all the style, the colors, the layouts, the fonts to make our web page look great. And finally, there's JavaScript. JavaScript adds functionality to a web page. In our house analogy, this would be like the electricity, the plumbing, and the air conditioning. So when you combine these three, you get a beautiful, functional web page. But you have to start with the foundation, and that's why you're going to learn HTML first. What will you need? Just two things. A web browser, use any modern one you like, such as Chrome, Firefox, or Safari. And you'll also need a text editor to write your code in. You can use VS Code, Sublime Text, or even your computer's basic notepad, but I really prefer VS Code, so I'll show you where to get it. Just head to code.visualstudio.com and download the correct version for your operating system. Go through the installer. I recommend adding a desktop icon and making sure the Add to Path option is checked. Once it's installed, go ahead and launch that bad boy. Now that we're inside VS Code, the very first thing I suggest you do is install the Live Server extension. This will let us see our web page update in real time as we save our file. Go to the Extensions tab on the left, search for Live Server, and install it. After that's installed, let's create a new folder for our project. Under the Explorer tab, click Open Folder. You can create this anywhere you like. I'll put it on my desktop for easy access and call it My First Website. Select that folder. Inside our My First Website folder, we're going to create a new file. Name this file index.html. It's a best practice to name your main homepage file index.html because when a server receives a request for your website's domain without a specific file named, it will automatically look for and serve index.html as the default landing page. At the very top of our new document, we're going to type the following declaration inside angle brackets: doctype HTML. All modern HTML documents should start with this. It tells the browser that this is an HTML5 document and ensures it gets rendered correctly. Following that, we'll create a pair of HTML tags. These things in angle brackets are called tags, and they are the keywords that tell the browser how to format and display content. They usually come in pairs, an opening tag and a closing tag, which has a /. All of our HTML code will go between these two HTML tags. The HTML element is the root of the document, and it has two main sections, the head and the body. Let's create a pair of head tags. The head contains meta information about the web page. Then, let's create a pair of body tags. The body contains all the content that you actually want to display to the user. One thing we can add to the head is a title for our page, using a pair of title tags. Let's create a title, My First Awesome Website. Now, save your file, right-click inside the editor, and choose Open with Live Server. You'll see a new browser tab open, and the text in the tab will be My First Awesome Website. Now let's add some visible text to the body of our web page. Type whatever you want. I'll type I love to code. Save it, and you'll see the text appear on your web page instantly. We can also use header tags to create titles and subtitles. These range from H1, which is the largest and most important, all the way down to H6, which is the smallest. If you need a main title for your page, you should wrap that text in a pair of H1 tags. Before we discuss paragraph tags, let's quickly define what an element is. An HTML element consists of the opening tag, the content inside of it, and the closing tag. So for example, H1 My Title is a complete H1 element. With that understood, let's move on to paragraph elements, which are made with P tags. You use an opening P tag and a closing P tag, and you can type your text inside. Browsers automatically add a bit of space, a blank line, before and after paragraph elements. If you need some placeholder text, you can type lorem and press the Tab key in VS Code to generate some sample text. There's also the BR element, which stands for break. This tag does not need a closing tag. Wherever you want to insert a line break, you just add a BR element. Similarly, there's an HR element, which stands for horizontal rule. This will draw a thematic break line across the page, which is great for visually separating sections of your content. This tag also doesn't require a closing tag. The last thing we'll cover in this section is comments. Comments will not be displayed in the browser. They are notes for yourself or other developers looking at your code. To create a comment, you use this syntax. Anything between there will be ignored by the browser. So there you have it. Those are the absolute basics of an HTML document. If you enjoyed this first part, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below.